Energy creates, stores, and retrieves meaning in the universe by projecting or expanding at certain frequencies in a three-dimensional mode that creates a living pattern called a hologram. The universe is composed of interacting energy fields, some at rest and some in motion. It is, in and of itself, one gigantic hologram of unbelievable complexity. I'm not making this up, you guys. I'm reading this straight out of the CIA document, The Analysis and Assessment of the Gateway Process. According to the neuroscientists and physicists that are being quoted in this document, the human mind is also a hologram which attunes itself to the universal hologram by the medium of energy exchange, thereby deducing meaning and achieving the state that we call consciousness. So according to this research, when energy passes through the various aspects of the universal hologram and is perceived by the electrostatic fields which comprise the human mind, holographic images from the universal hologram are then projected onto the holographic field of the human mind, and the holographic field of the human mind will interpret these images based on its past experiences and memories. So the holographic structure of the mind is perceiving the universal hologram by interpreting the images that the hologram is projecting onto the mind by using its past memories and past images to compare those images to come up with a solution, an answer to what it is seeing. Neville Goddard defines revision as the process of rewriting the past that continues to project into your present. And what I have noticed lately is some eerie similarities between Neville Goddard's work and the work of the CIA, and specifically the work of Robert Monroe in the Gateway Experience tapes. The Gateway Experience is a series of meditations that is a training technique that was developed by Robert Monroe back in the 1960s. These meditation tapes are designed to focus the output of your brain waves in a way that will achieve an altered state of consciousness. And when your brain is in this altered state of consciousness, it allows you access to a bunch of different states of focus, as they are called, where you can explore outside the boundaries of space and time, you can astral travel, you can ask the universe for answers, and you can connect with your guides and your higher self. So essentially, Robert Monroe was using a series of binaural beats and sound frequencies to create these altered states of consciousness. And in the 1980s, the CIA became very interested in this gateway process, and they experimented with this process a lot to see if they could train people with psychic powers to promote things like remote viewing and astral travel to gather information for their own benefit. So why am I telling you this, right? I thought this video was about revision, but you need to have this base level of understanding, this base level of information to fully grasp and ground in the understanding of how Neville Goddard's revision actually works in the holographic universe. I have had success with revision in the past, so I know that revision works, and I talk about that more in my video here, my Neville Goddard revision success story, which I will also link in the description box below. But even though it worked for me once, I still had my doubts. I kind of saw it as a fluke because I had a limiting belief that the past was set in stone in some way and it couldn't be changed because it already happened. But as I have been experimenting myself with these gateway tapes recently, I have had some pretty enlightening experiences, including one where basically my guides, my higher self, told me you cannot hold on to this limiting belief anymore that the past is fixed because it's not true from a universal perspective. And they essentially showed me how revision actually works in the holographic universe, because it is actually possible to change the past, and it's only our limiting beliefs that the past is fixed that will keep the past from changing. So this video might be a little bit weird, a little bit woo-woo, but I'm not going to gatekeep this gateway download from you, if you catch my drift. The way to end human suffering on the planet Earth is to heal the inner child. So when your inner child is not healed, the unresolved pain of your inner child will come out through triggers, and when you act out on these triggers, you are projecting the pain, your own pain, out into the world, and you are perpetuating human suffering. So if you instead go inside and heal your inner child in these trigger moments, you are ending human suffering because you are stopping the ripple effect. Because all that human suffering is the inner childs that are triggered and in pain, projecting out and affecting other people, perpetuating human suffering in a ripple effect. So revision can also be connected to inner child healing, because when you are doing inner child healing, you're going back into the past and you are revising the memories of your childhood. So when you are doing this inner child work healing and you are revising these past memories that cause you pain, you are actually changing the past. You can change the past. The past isn't real, it's just a perception. The past cannot exist unless you focus on it. Since we are in a hologram, only the current holographic experiences that are being projected onto you, that are being perceived by your holographic mind, is the only thing that's real, aka the present moment. If you follow the assumption that we are existing in this universal hologram, then it can be understood that the only thing that ever exists is the current holographic projection, and it only exists because your mind is creating meaning from that projection. Your holographic mind is reading that perception. It is perceiving of that perception. So if your holographic mind is not perceiving of the perception of the hologram, it actually doesn't exist. So that is also known as only the present moment is real, right? So the past and the future, these are just holographic projections that can only be kept alive by your mind. So since the hologram hologram that you are perceiving only exists in each present moment. The past is just a holographic memory that is kept alive by your mind. So when you are keeping this holographic memory alive in your mind, the timeline that you are perceiving, the timeline of future events, is created based off of that memory. Because as I mentioned before, when the universal hologram is projecting new information to your holographic mind, your mind is reading this information based on its past memories and its past experiences. So your past memories are actually the building blocks for your future timeline. So when you alter that memory, when you go back in time and you do inner child work, or you do some revision process where you are revising the day that you had in your favor, you are actually shifting timelines, because the timeline that is based off of that memory will change when the memory is changed through either revision work or inner child work. So the past is really just a holographic projection kept alive by your brain, which is also a holographic projection. So you have to create the new version of yourself, the new frequency of yourself in the now, in the present moment, in order to have it materialized in your future. So your only point of power for making changes in your life is in the present moment. And this is why revising or healing past memories can change your vibrational set point and actually change your future. Because those past memories are vibrations that still exist within you that are leaking into your present moment and are leaking into your present identity. So they are affecting your future timelines. So by revising the past and changing the way that you see yourself in the now, based on these new upgraded past experiences, you are altering your vibrational set point in the now to the timeline you want to be on, and then this will change your future potentials. So if you want to be rich or you want to be in the relationship of your dreams, you can use revision or inner child work to align with this new timeline. One of the big hacks to align with this timeline is to actually go into your past memories and revise them to be the past memories of the person who would have the thing that you want to have. So you would be going back into your past and healing, revising those past memories to match the frequency of the identity that you want to become. And then because your mind is picking up on these past frequencies, what this will do is it will create a timeline that is in alignment with the life that you want to live, because your brain will read the present hologram based on your past memories that are aligning you with the future that you want, and it will then create that future for you. So that's how you use the holographic universe to revise your past and to create a better future for yourself using revision and using inner child work. And if you want to learn more about my experience with revision, check out my video here. This is my Neville Goddard Revision success story. It was the first time I ever tried revision, and it was creepy and it worked. So check this out if you want some more inspiration and motivation that revision really works.